Hmm. Hello, Luminous One. Hmm. I'm so happy to be here with you again this month to bring you through the messages for March. But before I do, I just would like to share with you a couple of the things that I have going on this month. On March 7th, so that's on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, I am offering the Sonic Acupuncture session. I've been doing these sessions now, the Sonic Acupuncture ones, for like over a year, and they've started to evolve. I love when the work starts to kind of, shift and change. And so what's been happening since the beginning of this year is there have been themes that have been kind of showing up. So last month we had a really beautiful and powerful opening and connecting with the heart session, Journey into Your Heart, which you can find on my website at the Sonic Apothecary. So you have access to all these previous sessions that you can use whenever you need as a sonic remedy, like an herbal formula, right? And so we have our own music going on next door. Okay, I had to pause it there so the chorus could kind of settle down a bit. But yeah, so they've started to evolve, and so this week, as or for this month, as I've been feeling into the theme for this month for like a week or so now, and it feels like we're going to be addressing grief. There has been, oh my goodness, it's been in the field for quite some time. I mean, I've done several sessions on grief, and several months ago, I even got some guidance to offer a workshop on that using sound and all the tools that I have to help you navigate that energy and how it moves through the body. And I thought the opportune time would be to do that in the fall, since that tends to be the season of letting go, and the time it's governed by the lungs and the metal element and the large intestine and grief. And but here it is now, and I'm just following what's coming up and what I'm picking up on and what I'm receiving, and I trust that 100%. And so March's Sonic Acupuncture will be focused on exploring how, and using sound to kind of notice how we hold grief in the body. And we could be grieving for a loss of life, loss of a version of ourselves, loss of a relationship, any way that grief kind of has its grip and hold on you, and where that might be still holding on, and to come to the session so we can gently meet those places of ourselves and bring in more space for the love to shine through, because a lot of that grief is, around loss is because we've loved so much, and now that once what we once loved is no longer, and so we're missing that connection. And so how we can feel connected to that love that we still carry with us, and that really will be the focus for March. So if you're interested in exploring that for yourself and experiencing how sound and the vision drawing, which I call my 𝘗𝘮artography, can help you and support you in creating more space for yourself, and then join me. I don't want to really spend much more time talking about that here. And the link is in the description for you to register for that. And it'll be a really beautiful, tender, gentle session. And yeah. So without further ado, let me bring up my iPad so we can start sharing the messages that are coming through. And as I am doing this, I would like to say first, hello. If you are new to me, I am 𝘗𝘰𝘷𝘦. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, sound healer, and clairvoyant. I have been doing this work in one form or another for over 22 years, probably closer to 25 now. And yes, here we are. And so drawing is one of the ways that I access information and the sound as well. So in the Sonic Acupuncture sessions, or if you work with me privately, you'll get a lot more of the sound. But these are some of the tools I use that allow me to accurately assess what's going on in the field and then simultaneously transform them. So even though I'm doing a drawing for you today to bring through the messages for March, I'm also helping you harmonize whatever's going on around those messages. So I invite you to feel into your body now before we begin. And you might be hearing me say these words, so my voice is also a particular frequency and sound that is encoded with certain messages and vibrations for you as well. So there's a lot going on in this container. You're welcome to explore with your awareness at whatever level you're receiving it. You might just receive it for the information that I'm sharing, or you might be feeling the vibration of how this information is moving through you and shape-shifting your vibrational self as well. So yes. Okay, so basically just feel your body as I'm sharing the content that's coming through. And that way you know what's really true for you and what isn't. And maybe some of the things that I'm sharing with you now won't make sense at the moment, but it will later on. So this is always a good thing to come back to. Any of my previous sessions are always good to review as well, because they're relevant no matter when you take them. Okay. Ready? Here we go. So the energy of March. There's a bit of like chaotic energy in here. This is on the world stage. A lot of political things happening here. And it could be used as a major distraction. So try not to get too caught up, in what's going on that level. Because it's like they use that energy. There is a conscious use of the way that they use this energy of the media to really knock you off your feet, right? It's like a wave. You go, okay, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way. So, try not to get caught up in what's happening out there. That's, designed to really throw you off. I invite you to stay neutral. I invite you to unplug. If you're feeling yourself getting really like agitated by things and caught up in things and getting into that hive mind or that group think, that's a good signal to kind of step away from that and really check in with yourself for a moment, unplug and say, well, how do I really feel about this? You have to really take responsibility for your own energy. Try not to let the outer world really, throw you off. You want to have your own mind of things. Okay, you want to be clear for yourself about how you feel as much as you can without picking up and being so influenced by the world around you. And this is a time where that energy is really trying to sway you to one side or the other. They're really trying to create a division, and that's not really what this time is about. It's about unity, right? It's about unity, right? So it's not about one or the other. It's not black or white. It's about connection. So anytime there's an incentive to divide and you find yourself being persuaded one way or the other, find a way to find harmony with the situation, okay? You don't have to agree with everybody. You can have your own mind about things, and that might polarize you from the people around you. But there's a place where you can actually drop into a state of harmony that benefits all involved. And this is some of the work I do for myself, especially, and with my clients. And I show you how to do this. And it's very simple, and it has a profound effect. So yes, try to find the harmony in March and see if you can even take a step back from what you're experiencing and witness what's happening. Okay, so when you're caught up in something, it's kind of hard to be witness when you're actually immersed in the experience. See if you can take a step back and watch it as if you were watching like a tennis match or a boxing match or whatever it is. You're watching it as a sport. See if you can start to pay attention to the machine at work and watch what it's doing to the people around you. And I'm sure you're already aware, like it's been pretty in our faces lately, right? Okay. This is around, what is this? This is a money pattern here, but then it went away. Let me see if I can, give me a second. So this feels like the money pattern of like money leaving. So it's just like it's leaving, and where is it going to come back from, right? So this one is interesting too, because of the, we first talked about political things or things on the world stage that are really going to have an impact on people's consciousness, and really to find the middle road, find a place of harmony in whatever you're doing. This one is about the money, and it feels like the money's changing. I don't know, I haven't been listening to a lot of stuff lately. I've really unplugged. But this is, the money's changing, but prosperity doesn't change, and your access to that is always available to you. But the money itself is changing, and again, that's going to create more fear. So it sounds like there's a lot of chaos that's going to be happening in March already. It's kind of interesting because I don't bring in a lot of this kind of information usually, little bits here and there. But this is what, oops, I don't know what that was. This is what's coming through. And yeah, so again, it sounds like because of the changes that are happening in the financial world, and there's not enough money, or it's going out, and where's it, it's like and because it's changing and it's losing its value, and we've been hearing this stuff for a long time. So again, that's creating a lot of fear. Okay, so notice that a lot of this is generated on purpose to keep you disconnected, to keep you disempowered, right? So how do you maintain control? How do you become responsible over your own choices and your own mind, right? So be very picky about what information you take in. Okay, everything is information. Let's just say it this way. Everything is information. Everything you're perceiving in your outer world is information. And you have a response or reaction to it. That's what you pay attention to. How does this make me feel? And from that place, you can actually take responsibility for that feeling and find a place of harmony. Okay, so find the feeling of harmony in whatever that is. But it's not about what's out there, it's about your response to that. Okay, so if it's activating a sense of fear, then that's something you need to look at. Okay, the same thing is true with, the same thing is true when it comes to like the food you eat, not just the technology and the media and all of that other stuff. Like, what kind of food are you informing your body with, right? What kind of information are you giving your divine vehicle? Are you giving it like the best, purest, highest vibrational content, or are you numbing it somehow with processed foods, with seed oils, with sugar, high fructose corn syrup? Okay, and we can go even further about if you eat animals, like how are they being raised? Because you embody that energy. I had this experience. I remember the first time my parents were visiting me when I was living in Seattle. We went to Teatro Zinzani, and I had ordered a filet. I was eating meat back then, and I remember taking a bite of this flesh, and I could feel how this animal felt. I'd never noticed that about my food before. I had a very, very visceral sense and saw things and felt things about how this animal felt. I said, wow, this animal was treated really well. It was Wagyu beef. I didn't know much about Wagyu. And then right after that, I heard the couple behind me talking about the beef and how it's raised like Kobe and massaged and loved and cared for. And I really felt that in the food that I was eating. So from that point on, I start to really take notice of the energy of the things that I was eating. Vegetables too, organic or conventional, right? So it became really a lot more challenging for me to eat animals after that, although I did for some time. I stopped and then I went back. It's been a journey for me. Anyway, so, what information are you taking in? Are you taking the information in of animals that have been tortured and that are penned up? Or are you taking in animals that are well cared for in their life and their energy? Okay. So yeah, there's this is where you have your power. You have your power in the way you respond, and in power in the choices that you make. So March is about really reclaiming your power and maintaining your power and expanding your power. Most of us, and what I'm seeing in sessions with clients, is their fear of being powerful because of the concept of what power has been conditioned into them to be and represent, or maybe what have happened to them in another lifetime or earlier in life when they exhibited some power and how they were destroyed, and it's not safe to be powerful. Okay, so we're here to learn how to master ourselves, and that's where our power lies. Can I make the right choices? Am I going to do the right thing? Can I take care of myself? All of those things. Okay. There's another financial piece here. So here's one of abundance and prosperity. So there is a new earth coming in, a new world coming in, if you haven't heard. It's one that happens through you. You hold the codes and the information to bring this world into being. And it's one where it just feels like there's enough for everyone. There's more than enough for everyone. Nobody is lacking here. So how can you access that state now? Even though it might not look like that or even feel like that for most of us, right? But it does exist. And it definitely exists as a vibration. So how can you tap into that feeling now? So why don't we just do that for a moment? Like that feeling of having more than enough. More than enough. I always have what I need, and I always have more. I always have more than what I need. And not just me, everybody. Like, start with yourself, but then it expands when everybody has more than enough. And the harmony that comes from that. So we're kind of going from, one end of the spectrum to the other, of complete fear and disenfranchisement and disempowerment and fear of being in your power, and how to maintain harmony and mastery over oneself, to connecting with that place of abundance and prosperity, that everyone is cared for. Everyone has what they need. No one goes without. No one goes without. No one's controlling the resources. Okay. There's some confusion here. So this feels like, I don't know, if you're having like a lot of brain fog and fatigue, and there's some confusion about things going on here. This is the energy of you switching channels, like you're going from one channel to the next, like you're changing. Your body's changing, your body's upgrading. You've done a lot of work. Okay, you've done a lot of work. So really celebrate that for yourself. Okay, but it's like, I'm not able to sustain it. It's like, oh yes, here I'm feeling it, I'm changing, and then boom, I go back. So there's this you're not fully plugged into the new you, to the next version of you. So there's this oscillation. It's like tuning a radio station, right? You go to the channel you want to be on, but then the signal doesn't come through clearly, but you can hear the old channel better. That's what's happening with your body right now and with your energy system. You need more rest. Okay, it's You're going to have a lot more energy soon as we enter into spring. There's this natural upsurgence of yang energy, so you're going to feel that energy, but don't burn out. Only use what you have the energy to do for. Don't overextend. Don't burn the candle at both ends. You know, when I have so many stories of people when I was needling them and they were feeling so much better, and then they went and overdid it and they created even more of a problem instead of giving themselves time and space to integrate this new state of health and wellness, right? So like, I feel great, I'm gonna go run a marathon. No, don't run that marathon. Just give yourself a few days. Let the body integrate the information. Give yourself time. Give yourself time to adjust. Okay, it's really important. Eat the right foods. This is coming in again. Food is medicine, my friends. Like, eat the right foods. I can't stress this enough. Eat things that are not genetically modified. Eat things that are as natural as they come. Try and avoid processed foods if you can. I mean, you're going to do the best that you can, and I get that. But really be conscious of what you're putting into your body, because you got to give your body what it needs to hold this new information. You got to give your body what it needs. If you're giving it, you know, sugared cereal, you know where I'm going with that. And even if you're doing a great job, where can you tweak it more? Maybe you can, you know, find other places where you can make slight improvements. And it doesn't have to be all at once. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just see what you do that day. Like, what can I do today? What can I do today? Okay, actually, I can do this today. And so what do I need to do even in this hour? What can I do now? What can I do now? So it doesn't have to be this sweeping change. It's the small changes in each moment that you make. So just you check in with yourself as you go. Do I really need to have this cup of coffee? Do I really need to have this glass of wine or this beer? You know, just feel how it feels afterwards, and then listen to that. Your body's going to tell you exactly if this is the right, you know, thing to take into your body or not. So start playing with that. And you can do that with everything. How will I feel afterwards? Right? Will I feel like crap after I eat this banana, or will I feel like crap after I eat, you know, this taco? Okay? Taco sounds good, right? But my body went, moo. Okay? So I'm not going to do it. But the banana, I feel a lot more alive. So I'm going to follow that information. Listen to your body's messages. Am I going to watch Netflix tonight, or am I going to read a book? My body's actually feeling a lot more energetic and vital around the option of reading the book. Play with that. Play with that. Let's see what else we have for you for March, my friend. There's also a cause for celebration. There's going to be a surprise happening. I feel it's a good surprise, not a bad surprise. We have all those other things happening at the top, which are not going to be good surprises, but they're not surprises now because you've been watching this video and you've already been forewarned about some of the chaos. No, this is a celebration. I see someone, something to do with a home, something to do with school. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to celebrate here. I feel like the help that you've been looking for, or that extra income that you've been wanting, or that money that you've been looking for is coming in for you. Okay. And you're able to do these things. It's like it happened without any effort. So there's this celebration because you've gotten to this wonderful place, and you're going to start to feel things. You've been magnetic, and things will just start flowing your way with a lot more ease. Okay. But this also is going to go back to the place, well, how do I sustain that? Take care of yourself, make the right choices for yourself, listen to your body, find harmony with situations, notice how you're feeling in response to things. Be accountable for your vibration. Okay, dear ones? So that's where I'm going with it for March. If you need more personalized message, you're welcome to set up schedule a session with me. And yeah, there you go. Let me know what you see in the drawing. You might want to kind of flip it around, get some different perspectives of it. I can't do that while I'm sharing the screen. But yes, I really love being able to share these messages with you and support your light in any way that I can. That is my mission, to harmonize the nature of oneself. So I feel, I hope that I brought you some harmony today. And let me know what your takeaways are from the messages for March. And hopefully I'll see you at the Sonic Acupuncture session, March 7th. And what I forgot to mention at the beginning is it's actually part of my nonprofit. So once a month, I offer these sessions at a sliding scale, and all the proceeds and contributions go to benefit the nonprofit. And the mission is to provide sonic and holistic care for those in need. So it allows me to, offer care to those who can't afford otherwise, So I understand people are able to contribute at different levels. And if you contribute more, you're supporting those who can't contribute as much. And I'm so grateful for your presence there and the work that we get to do together, because there's this it's like a sacred pact and agreement that we have to come together in each of these sessions, no matter what session that I'm guiding, where we come together to do this work that has a profound effect on the world around us. I really truly believe, know, and have experienced that we do it here. It's a form of inner activism, right? The work that we do together. We're taking responsibility for how we feel, how we respond. We are doing the work. It just sounds so hard. It's really a calling, right? You just know you have to do this. You know that there's stuff that you need to clear. And this is how I help people to clear their stuff, how to harmonize their energy, how to get that blocked life force and light force moving, so that what you're experiencing as pain and dis-ease and discomfort begins to shift and change and transmute and transform, so you can live that life that you're designed to live. And you learn how to be an empowered creator, right? And I'm here to harmonize the nature of oneself. So thank you, dear one. I'm so blessed to bring these messages for you today, and I wish you blessings on your day, on your month, on your week. Blessings, everyone.